Hi, I'm Ben. I'm the orthotist here at WiggleLess Braces, and you just bought your first WiggleLess Back Brace. I wanted to give you a few tips to make this super successful for you. Um, and and beyond that, I also want to explain a little bit of how it works, again, to take it to the next level for you. So, first of all, before you put this on, I want you to understand that when you put this on, your dog is going to freeze and stare at you and say, "What did you just do to me?" And part of that is good. So, let me explain a little bit. So, what they're feeling is called proprioception. It's your body's feedback of where it is in space. So, like if I reach behind my head and I can't see my hand back there, but I know it's there, that's proprioception, my body's awareness of where it is in space. Well, when we put something on their body, all these receptors, proprioceptive receptors in their body, tell them they're it gives them more feedback and they're not sure what to do with it initially. That's why they freeze. They're looking at you and they're trying to comprehend. And so they're looking at you for feedback of what's going on. So if you look scared, they're going to be scared and whatnot. So what we like to do is to try to wean them into this process a little bit. And so at least initially for the first couple days, we only put this brace on right before we're going to feed them. And so that way when they're eating, they have a good tie with this and what's going on with it. Take it off right after they're done eating, and then we do it again in the evening. So just maybe for a day or two, you can try it within the day, but have some treats with you when you're going to do that. Okay, so beyond that, this has some straps on it that we want to make sure that they're symmetrical. So if that being if the straps are tied here and tied here, it's gonna make it so it's cattywampus and it just doesn't feel correct to them. So make sure if this strap goes this far, this strap goes this far. If this strap goes this far, this strap goes this far. And the same with how it's going in the angles back here. That make sure that they look similar on either side of this line. Okay. Those are going to be big, helpful steps to you. There's also a bungee cord in the back, and that's for cinching down the back. Some of these dogs that have pain early on kind of have a hunchback, and so there starts to be some gapping in the back, and we just kind of slightly cinch that up to kind of tighten that up for them. Over time, their back will kind of calm down and straighten out. But at least initially, those muscles are contracting, trying to protect from that pain that they're having. So speaking of that, how we're trying to help is two different things. One, your dog needs help because they have back pain. That can be IVDD or some sort of pinched muscle or pinched nerve in their back. So, or two, there could be back weakness, and that's more in DM dogs that their paraspinal muscles are starting to get weak. So with the IVDD dogs, the ones with the pinched nerves, what we're trying to do is we're trying to open up the nerve space. So the spine is vertebrae stacked on top of each other, okay? And in between each vertebrae, nerve roots come out, okay? And what happens is if those vertebrae get too tight or they tilt, they pinch those nerve roots coming out. And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to open that up. So with this, if you see these elastic straps, we're trying to squeeze the body. So if you imagine squeezing a water balloon, if you squeeze it outside both ends, it comes out. So if we squeeze the body, it opens up those joint spaces just slightly so those nerve roots aren't pinched. Also inside of it, there's a little bit of you might feel a little bit of a rigid stay through there. Now it's flexible enough that they can still move in it, but what it does is it gives some rigidity to help bring that back in alignment so it's not slouching or hunching. And so it can have that good alignment. So that vertebrae doesn't tilt and pinch each other. So we want a little bit, but not so much that it's not comfortable to them. Um, the other type is if the muscles are too weak in the back, and that's what happening in DM or some of these older dogs that have some other neurological disease and degeneration. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to keep the body from swaying too much, because that swaying really fatigues those muscles so much more that they actually get more and more and more tired and they can't control things. So if we can keep the body moving in just a small waveform that's natural, then those muscles don't get so fatigued, and the dog can live longer, a happier life. So those are just a few tips. If you have any other questions, please reach out to us. We'd be love to help, and excited to keep your dog going for these final years and have a great quality of life. Take care.